Alejandro Moreno, Steve, Nicol, Sebastian Salazar here in the ESPN FC studios. Joining us for this segment, we've got both Ian Darke and Stewart Robson, and lots to discuss. Lamine Yamal, guys, 16-year-old that has burst onto the scene for both Barcelona and Spain. Ale, we know this player's special. What specifically makes him special to you?
Fearless, but with a smile in his face. Enjoying the moment, understanding the magnitude of the moment, and yet being able to execute under pressure. The reason he's playing for both Barcelona and Spain is because he has gotten an opportunity and he's running away with it. See, Rafinha gets himself thrown out of the game in the first match in La Liga, and now Lamine Yamal gets a chance. And let me tell you, every time he touches the ball, something good happens, something productive happens. And he has been, when he has been on the field, he has been Barcelona's best player and most consistent player. Again, we're talking about a 16-year-old. That's what's special, is that the moment may be big to others and may be big to most, but not to him. And then there's a quality with that left foot. There's a touch. There is a willingness to run at people. The vision to see where the pass needs to be, and the ability to then be able to deliver that pass with the right pace. We have seen him playing the ball to the back post in multiple occasions, being able to find players. There's a lot to like about Lamine Yamal. And on top of that, he added a goal for Spain. So there you go. Productivity, individual productivity, part of a group, knows what his role is, and he's doing it very well.
It's not just, Stevie, that it's 16. It's that he's doing it at such a big club like Barcelona.
Yeah, the thing that impresses me about him is that final pass. You know, when you hear us talking about, well, somebody will get better with experience, you know, we're talking about, when we say experience, we're talking about a player, regardless of your position, being in a situation and having to make a decision. And we talk about experience on the level of, well, once you've been in that position 2 or 3 times, now you know what decision to make. This guy just doesn't make bad decisions. It's 16 at the level that you're talking about. It's just incredible. For him to be picking passes out in the penalty box, picking out forwards, picking out the goal, you know, just picking out passes, and as Ali said, the weight of the pass as well. So if this guy stays fit, if this guy doesn't have any injury problems, there is no reason why he can't be at one stage or at some stage, not but maybe one of the best players you've ever seen.
We've seen a lot of guys come out of Barcelona or join the club at a young age with lots of talent. Pedri, Xavi, Ansu Fati. Rabo, you know, when we think of those players, where does Lamine Yamal fit in? Is he better than all those?
Well, he's right up there, absolutely. You know, 16, Xavi was coming into the team and playing well. Pedri likewise. But he's shown in the games that he's played so far, and Stevie mentioned it there, Ali's mentioned it as well, the decision-making. A lot of youngsters come into the team and they run around and they show great enthusiasm and they show good quality at times. But it's the calmness under pressure, finding that right pass, making the right decisions time and time again, having that good game understanding. Again, game understanding usually comes with experience, but he's showing great game understanding at the moment. So, as Stevie just said, he could be a top player at the moment, and he could be Barcelona's best of the young players that have come through.
Ian, he's only 16. Are we getting carried away?
Well, remember, he got in the team late last season when he was 15. Yeah, I mean, there's always a danger you're going to get carried away, but you look at some players and you can tell they're going to be superstars. I think it happened with Wayne Rooney, who got into the Everton team when he was 16, Cesc Fabregas at Arsenal, Stevie Gerrard at Liverpool from a young age. And you're seeing it with Jude Bellingham, who was in Birmingham's team when he was 16. He's gone on, now he's 20 and he has the maturity of a 28-year-old. This fellow, I mean, the guys have told you all his qualities, his decision-making, his power. He's got that recklessness of youth about him as well. You know, he just doesn't care. He doesn't feel that emotion. He steps onto the Barcelona stage, picks passes, makes things happen, and he's exciting, isn't he?
Yeah. From a coaching perspective, Stevie, how do you handle this so that it doesn't become too much too soon?
It's really, in my opinion, to do with off the field. Because on the field, he takes care of business. It's the professional side of the game. He's 16. Yes, he's playing in a professional team, but I'm sure he's still doing all the things that 16-year-olds do as well. So if I'm the coach, I've got somebody looking after him 24/7. I'll certainly keeping an eye on him because for me, it's about what he does to become a true professional now that will take him to the heady heights that his skill on the ball and on the field could take him to. But again, we should use Ansu Fati as a word of caution. We were saying the same things about Ansu Fati, and he gets his knee injury, and look at him, he's kind of struggling a little bit now. So, yeah, I think we should just have a little word of caution. But the talent, frightening.
You agree? A word of caution here?
Word of caution in terms of let's not get crazy. Let's not crown him Lionel Messi already. But let's be aware that there's a talent here that if not nurtured properly and taken care of and mature, this could be truly special, one of a kind sort of thing. And so it's a cautionary tale in saying, all right, let's learn from the fact that we have overused players in the past. Let's learn from the fact that we thought these guys were going to be amazing and we were depending too much on these young guys to be able to deliver right away. But if you're a manager, if you're Xavi and you're seeing that this guy is producing for you and you're seeing that he's making a difference and having an impact, it's tough. It's tough to not say, Lamine, get out there and play. Get out there and make a difference for me. So that's now sort of the next big thing for Lamine Yamal and for Xavi and for Barcelona as a club. How do we treat this? How do we handle this? How do we manage this properly where we have the club in mind, but we have the player in mind as well? As for what Stevie was saying in terms of his environment, I think is going to be really important. At 16 years old, whatever his environment is, it's something that can either propel him forward or hold him back. If indeed the people around him are people that are willing and caring, that they nurture his talent, that the maturity is important, that family life is important, that values are important, then the talent takes over on the field. But if he gets out of control and nobody's willing to say, no, Lamine, that's not going to fly, and then he's allowed to get away with things because of his talent, that's when you run into trouble.
Robbo, do Barcelona have the luxury here to bring this player along casually, or are they in a state where they need him to play now? They need to lean on him now.
Well, they need him to play most of the time, but the cautionary tale is you don't want him to play 70 games, as Pedri did in his first season, where he played for Spain as well. I think went to the Olympics, and then he was out for 6 months. And then Xavi, last season or the season before, played a load of games and then was out for a long time. And I know from my own experience coming into the Arsenal team at 17 in a week that the first year, I think I played 50, 60 games first season. And I then had injury after injury the next couple of years because I was overplayed and not trained properly and also not the right sort of physio. You would hope that at Barcelona, they've learnt their lesson from Xavi, they've learnt their lesson from Pedri and Ansu Fati as well. And this player, they're going to make sure they take care of. Play him, yes, absolutely, but make sure he doesn't always train at full throttle and they pull him out at the right time as well.
How old was Robbo when he made that debut?
That's 17 and a week.
Wow.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.